welcome back to the Valley, the old farm, and it's September 2. I am going to check a few things. The first thing I want to check is our chickens, and they have plenty of food, because we can actually feed them lettuce. Okay. The other thing I want to check is our melon production, which is going very slowly. But that's not a big problem. We are on 2-day month, so this is the second half of September. And if we wanted to plant canola, we would need to do it today. But I don't think we need to plant canola, so that's okay. So the other thing I wanted to do was switch on interactive triggers, and we want to go here. And I guess we want to go over here. I think it is it. No, let's move the tractor and trailer out of the way, shall we? I want to see the status of our silage bale. So to see if we can get cows or if we need to skip ahead another day. So pound bale, grass, straw. So no. Wonder if we go inside, whether it will let us see them. I don't think it will. I don't think they actually exist. I think they're just a figment of my imagination. We will check. Yeah, they are just a figment of my imagination. That's okay. Press to remove the fence. Yeah. Handy. I guess the other thing we could do is spawn one and see how fermented it is. So it's 75% fermented actually, so that's pretty good. We do have the problem that now we have to bring the tractor over to put it back in. So I think that probably what I can do is get the hay collected, and I'm going to use an auto stacker for that. And by the time we've done that and brought some sheep and brought the feed mixer and straw blower, it might be the point where we've got silage and we can get cows. So I think that is a reasonable plan today. So, as is quite common at the moment, I am recording this before you guys have seen the last video, so hopefully you didn't mind the time lapse and stuff like that, but it was kind of needed to get stuff done. So if I back this under here, so much storage on this farm. It's kind of the opposite of some of the other saves that I've got. And we get in here, and this trailer is not going to be backed into anywhere. I'm just going to find somewhere to drop it off. And so we've got loads of space here. We've got loads of space. Let's just drop it here. No need to make life complicated or make a 30-minute video about backing a dolly trailer into something hay. Right, into the store. added in a bunch of animal transport stuff to help out with that. But we want to customize, and we are just going to lease this for probably the day. Just purely because I don't fancy stacking a whole load of square bales today. And that feels so cheaty, but makes life so much easier. The other thing that I've done is learn how to use my microphone, and I've now turned down the volume in my ears, which is so much nicer. Because this is a nice sounding tractor, it was just excessive before, so. And leasing this is probably excessive for how many hay bales I'm going to go and collect now, but I don't care. So, operating position, and off we go. Okay, come on. Just maybe not go too fast, I guess. Yeah, I've installed a few more trailers. I've installed the Pongi trailer pack, which does have some auto load bale trailers, which we might use in the future, just to save a bit of time, so that we don't spend hours stacking bales when it's not a bale stacking challenge. I want to actually do some other things. This tractor does not like this. You might have to grab the brewer. It feels like the 3 point on this is a bit low. But we'll see. See if we can just get it done. It's not that many to pick up. I haven't used one of these in a while, actually. Generally am manually stacking or using universal auto load. Have done a ridiculous amount of research into them for the Farming the Decades series as to when they were available. And I think for that series we're going for the next decade, which is about 11 months away in game now. And that will make a whole load of people a lot happier, probably, for doing baling work, including me. Although it's going to make stacking them in the shed somewhat tricky, so we'll probably still have to do some amount of manual bale handling, but come on. Come. Smooth as. Yeah, so we're going to go grab a truck and trailer, I think. We'll lease those because I can't afford to buy them. And it'll just save me having to do infinite number of trips to the animal dealer. That's all of those cleared, so one more to go. Lucky for some. Did that. Okay, so we're going to go transport position. Send it. And these are going to go into the bale loft as well. With only 13, maybe I should have just manually stacked them. Probably wouldn't have taken that long. I've got 4 stack. It might have been a better option, but oh well, we're done. So unload bales. Should be okay for height there, yep. It's a very clever piece of kit, particularly the fact that it actually exists. I find amazing. So there we go. I'm literally going to return this straight away. So Let's check the sales. Oh, there's a beet harvester. There's a seeder. We need a seeder, actually. That needs 270 horsepower. We don't have 270 horsepower, so that'll be a no. We'll keep that. We will return that now. We can return that now because our silage bales will be silage. So let's back this out of the way and stop the engine. Head in to the store and trucks. And we need I'm assuming this is meant to be like a Scania or something. But it's Lizard, obviously, because we're on console. So $5,000 to lease, that's quite a lot. But I don't want to do 1,000,000 trips. So we have the, could have used that. That does 9. This does 30. Much better. So we are going to customize and lease. I think that's a trailer that I've used a few times. So it's a nice bit of kit. Does pretty well for shifting lots of animals. We're not going to go crazy with the numbers, but I do want a decent amount. So where is the animal dealer? It is there. So we go out of the store, turn left at the crossroads, and then next left. So I want the map up. I can see vaguely where I'm going. And yeah, we can probably cut through there, can we? I've not decided yet what crops we're going to plant. We've only got the 2 fields at the moment anyway, so not like we have loads of land to fill up. Maybe there's a trailer there already. Guessing that's just decoration. We need to back into there. Oh, no, we don't. Left 3. So, sheeps. Let's go for some Black Welsh Mountain, and we will go for mature ones, and we will go for 50. Yeah, that seems like a good number. Have to remember that I'm not using Maize Plus and Animal Food Additions and things like that, so we don't get the extra output from them. So really do need to get a decent number of animals to be making money. Okay. There's a pretty brutal curb. Yeah, I guess there is a pretty brutal curb there. There's your crash for the day, folks. You know, some of you look forward to seeing how badly I crash in these videos. There's your second crash for the day. I think we can cut down here, which you would definitely do in an articulated lorry. We need to avoid those curbs and then head down to the farm. So I think by the time I've done this, got the sheep fed, got them watered if they need water, we will be in a position to get cows. So we'll need to get, a feed mixer. We will need to get a straw blower. And that's it, because we've got the water trailer, so should be okay then, and hopefully we can start making money if we've got sheep and cows. The chickens are not really making money yet, but we've not had them that long, so you know, that is very twitchy steering. I'm not surprised that we're not making money from them. So it's Tuesday. This probably means it's the day after I recorded the last video. And it's the day where I've had very little sleep, so kind of knackered. Kind of debated actually even loading this up as to whether I could, was going to be able to concentrate enough to do stuff, but I think getting some animals in is going to be just fine. I'll probably crash a fair bit, but you know, it's all part of the entertainment, isn't it? And yet, some big leasing bills, but I think it's better than the alternative, which is, you know, doing like 10 trips. There is so much space on this yard. So up here, and we will find the unload trigger for the sheeps. Looks like we have our first crate of melons. Cool. I think it's in the corner here. Yeah. Let's straighten up and slowly back. I don't know if we're going to need to open the gate or not. Nope. Select. Move to husbandry. Yes. Okay. Right. Exit. Let's check the menu. So they don't need water. Interestingly, they do better with grass or alfalfa than hay. But now they're going to get hay. I guess maybe we want to swap one of the grass fields over to be alfalfa. There is a crop on here. Why am I walking? There we go. So let's get a bale of hay. One should be more than enough. Where did I leave the... I think it's around with the kit outside. I think it's around here. Yep, there it is. Let's drop that down a bit. Kind of glad we don't have to give them water. I think that unless you're playing on a very old style save, not having plumbed in water in a animal enclosure on the farm, kind of unrealistic. And if your animals are off on, you know, a remote hillside, then maybe you would have to tanker water out to them. But in this kind of situation, I don't think you would. And I guess the cool thing is if you were using this on with grazing, the fact that grass gives 100% would be really good. Trying to look at whether I own that patch of land in front of me. That's got grass on it. So when the game eventually finishes saving, need to move down here and farmland. So we own up to the boundary of 91. So I think we own this. Yeah, we do. I don't know if it's mowable. We might be able to plough it. If it was mowable, we could make some grass bales to get the slightly better performance. Let's have a check of... Yeah, that's plenty. I'm also wondering if we can make alfalfa silage and feed it to the cows. I'm going to have a look at that on PC, because it might be that I swap one of the grass fields over to be alfalfa in that case. And just to try a different crop. Let's head down here. Jump back in the lorry and head over to the animal dealer again, and I will see you up there. Okay, we are back. We're just arriving at the animal dealer. I found the setting for steering sensitivity, which I've turned down a fair bit, so hopefully that will help. I've also loaded up the animal food XML file from the PC version of the map, which I think is the same as the console version. And so cows can be fed alfalfa or alfalfa hay. It only gives them 50% of their feed. We can feed them hay, and that will give them 80%, which might be kind of useful if the silage isn't quite fermented. But also in the TMR, we can use alfalfa hay. So I'm thinking we do grow some alfalfa because we can use that to feed the cows and the sheep. So, yeah, I think we do that. But we want to get some cows. We're going to get some Holsteins. So puberty is at 18 months. So we're going to get the 18-month-old ones. Do we want to get 30? Yeah. Let's say we're not playing with Maize Plus, obviously, because we're on console. And so they're not going to eat a lot, and they're not going to produce a lot. So 30 cows should be fine. Famous last words. Let's make sure we miss the curb this time. And give that curb a wide berth as well. And then I'll see how many times I can manage to jackknife the truck on the way over. So yeah, I guess then being able to look at the map on PC and understand how to read the XML really does help when you're experimenting with a map which has some new things built in. Yeah, and I've not really done anything with alfalfa yet, so I think that would be kind of cool. Doesn't look, I haven't checked actually in the field types as to whether there is alfalfa silage, but there's definitely alfalfa hay. So I think probably the small grass field we will replant as alfalfa. So when we need to check to see if or when we can plant that. And yeah, so I think crops wise I am going to grow probably wheat so we can keep the chickens fed, although we could do barley or sorghum, so maybe barley. I think we gave them wheat already, so maybe do barley and I'm not sure about the little field. I've got might do a root crop in there. Might do some beets or potatoes. Just to experiment with those. Nearly had a bit of an incident there. We should probably wait for that car to come past. Me respecting the traffic. And yeah, I think if the silage isn't fermented, we'll just put some hay in for the cows to keep them going. That should be easy enough to check. In the back entrance again. And yeah, then we can return this leased lorry, because I don't think I want to get more than the number of animals we've just got. So just because I'm not entirely sure on the feed needs that we'll have. And we could plough some of the pasture in and plant grass in it, but it might get overwritten because it's a foliage area. So something we need to be aware of. That area definitely we own. We could therefore plough and turn into a small field. Now, come on, give me the menu. Oh, darn you. Gosh darn it. At least it opened inward. Hey, with how some mappers are with gates, that's entirely not a good safe assumption. Right. Select move to husbandry. Yes. Okay. Excellent. So let's check. See if they need water. They do not. So let's return the truck. And the animal trailer. And check on our silage. Because if it's not fermented yet, I won't bother getting the feed mixer. We will just get the straw blower. It's 86. That's very close. I think by the time we've brought them and got them back to the farm, we'll be good. So, animals. And I think I'm just going to buy the little feed mixer. Yeah. And we want a straw blower. Does that do straw? No. You might as well get that one because it's slightly cheaper and easier to use. So let's do that. Let's jump in the Fiat and start her up. And go grab. I'm going to drive to the store to get one of them, and the other one will reset. It's a compromise. We don't have store deliveries. So we're just coming up into the town. I've not crashed, which is a plus, because I don't have the front loader to rescue me this time. I was undertaken by a car. Bloody people. It's not the fastest tractor in the world, so let's go. But yeah, I'm going to pick one of these up and I'm going to reset the other one back to the farm just for the sake of saving some time. And then we're going to mix some TMR up, which will be a first. And it's it's a very long time since I've mixed base game TMR. Thankfully, I have the numbers in front of me. So we're looking at 25 to 75% hay and the same limits for silage. And then up to 30% straw and up to 20% mineral feed. We're not going to use any mineral feed. And probably I'm not going to use any straw either, because we don't have a huge amount, and it's probably better to use it for bedding, because I think we might sneak one small grass cut off of the grass fields. So what I'm actually thinking is, rather than replanting one of the grass fields with alfalfa now, we'll get ourselves a plough next time and plough in that area by the sheep pen and put some alfalfa in there. So I really want to check the planting calendar, but not while I'm driving, so that will end badly. I'm so tempted to hit the button. Maybe there's a straight coming up. What's the worst that could happen, eh? It's a pretty long straight. It's a pretty long straight, yeah. See, if I was on PC, I would have no hesitations about doing this. Alfalfa, we can plant now. Cool. But yeah, we could get that ploughed in and get some alfalfa in there. It wouldn't be huge, but it would be something. And we could be growing some different types of feed for the animals, and it'll be better for the sheep. I don't really want to feed them just grass, particularly through the winter, so alfalfa hay would be better to have stored up. So yeah, I think we'll get that done next time. We'll need to get ourselves a plough and a cheap planter, because money is starting to get tight. Always a loan, so, and hopefully the cows will start producing milk and the sheep will start producing wool, and the chickens will keep producing eggs. But yeah, we'll get this back. We're pretty much back, so we'll get this, get back to the farm, get some TMR mixed up. I'm going to just reset the straw blower. Hopefully I can find the trigger for the straw blower. I've not looked at where any of the triggers are. That could be fun. I love that the cows are out in the field and that the nav mesh goes under the bridge. That is very clever that they've done that, because nav meshes and terrain heights can be interesting. So yeah, good job. Alright. Yep, you know it. In the back again. So, has our silage fermented? And that's the advantage of playing on ×5, is stuff is going to actually happen. Right. That is 89% fermented. Let's grab the straw blower. Jump back in the Fiat and we will grab the straw blower. We'll blow straw and then hopefully we can make a TMR. That's quite weird. I was using this map for the comparison of owning versus leasing, and I'd put some placeables in to do the repairing and refueling, and they're not here, and that's kind of confusing me. Yeah, I really do like this map. It's really very nicely made. I'm really regretting not playing it on PC now. So, oh well, it is is what it is. And that's mostly because I'm, you know, the challenge of playing the game is slightly taking away from the enjoyment of experiencing the map. Not in a really bad way, but just ever so slightly. So, you know, having to think about how to play the game means I'm not just enjoying the map as I kind of flow through it, if that makes sense. You know, playing Farm Sim is one of those games where you can get into a very chill mindset. And that's generally not happening for me at the moment when I'm playing on here because of the extra thinking. But hey, that's all part of the challenge. And sometimes it's good to challenge yourself. Not sure I can believe that I've just said that, but hey, just leave that there. Go see if we can find the straw trigger. We've got a trigger there and there. Hopefully the triggers for the animal pen are very generous. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I'm very tired. Is there a door here? I think we're going to be going in here. Yeah, I think we're going to be blowing straw in here. So yeah, I had about 2.5 hours sleep last night because Joker was... Oh, we could start overloading. Let's just see if it's inside as well. Joker was not well last night, so I did not get much sleep. There we go. Straw coming in. Straw plane growing. Animal. And going to take a lot of straw, but one bale will do for now. Come on. Yeah, one bale will be okay for now. I don't think they're going to use that much straw. I'm guessing behind us is a manure pit. Not sure where manure will spawn. We will find out as we play, I guess. Yeah, that'll be okay for now. Can always top it up off camera. I hope you guys didn't mind the time lapse of the bale stacking. It was really hard to talk and do that manual bale stacking. So kind of why I'm probably going to go to a bit more auto-loaded stuff in the future. Well, certainly when we're clearing fields. For like this kind of job, then I'll manually do it. But for clearing stuff off, yeah, I wonder what that is. For now it's going to be where the straw blower is stored. It looks like some kind of store for something. I'll have to experiment. And by experiment, I mean look on PC. Right, let's grab. And I could have just fed unfermented silage bales to the sheep, but I'm not going to do that. We are 90% fermented now, so I'm going to grab one more silage bale and one hay bale, and that will give us about... Actually, no, it's too much, isn't it? This only holds 11,000 litres, I think. That's not going to tell me. No, let's go into here. Yeah, 12,000 litres. So if we do a bale of silage and part of a bale of hay. Let's speed up time a little bit so that gets it's fermented. I will see you in a moment. We have silage. It's just silage. It's not grass silage because we don't have maize plus. But that's fine because we don't need grass silage. I will probably still call it grass silage at some points. If that confuses you, I'm sorry. I like playing with maize plus. So yeah, we're going to do one silage bale. We're going to put the wrapper in because the wrapper provides essential nutrients for your animals. And there we go. That should be okay to be dropped in. And then the hay bale we will hang on to and see if we can get 2 mixes out of the hay bale. I guess we can because we can just put half of it in. So let's do that. It's almost like mixing TMR on Glenlather where we need half a bale of hay. Except that's, all we're putting in. So let's go up. Yep, that'll do it. Let's get to about 4,000. There we go. So yep, that is TMR. So go feed this to our cows. And we'll come back and mix another load. There. That's probably not the most efficient way of doing it, but it's the easiest way. Where feed alley is going to be there, isn't it? So probably need to open this one. We want to close this one so they don't escape. Do they do that on console? Do they escape? Just being stupid. Let's right one, triangle, back. Let's jump out and open the gate this end so I can just drive through. We could actually store bales in here. There is so much space. Depending on how big the trigger is, I guess. We wouldn't want them to go into the food trough. Speaking of food troughs, they can take quite a lot. So the sheep's health is going up and their productivity is going up. It will go up every hour. So that's good. It probably won't go up quite as quick because we're not producing 100% of their food needs. Because hay doesn't do that on this map. Which is not a problem. We have a plan to grow alfalfa. And I might bale a little bit of straight grass when we do the next cut, just to get them moving. Because the alfalfa is, we're probably not going to get the alfalfa in this month. No. Not with wanting to have done this because we skipped a big chunk of the day, so. Which I'm not bothered about, we'll make progress at the pace we make progress. It's fine. Even if we don't make money on here, I'm not going to be too angry. No, we're not going to be using the government subsidy signs. I see that so often on Facebook. It's like, how do you make money on Farm Sim? You put government subsidy signs in. No, that's not how you make money. You run a successful farm. I guess depending on the country you live in, maybe that is how you make money in real life. You rely on government subsidies. I guess some farmers in the UK did until we left the EU. A little bit of politics. That one. And another 9,000 litres of TMR. So that will have given them the 18,000 that I was going to mix. So kind of the same net result as whether we had a bigger mixer, just an extra trip to mix the feed up. So yeah, that will get the cows' health up in the next half a day. They will start producing milk and babies eventually, and slurry and manure. So they're definitely going to stick a mini BGA on here somewhere. Actually, that plot of land would have been perfect for it. I'm thinking about turning into an alfalfa field. So maybe we need to look at, because that can start giving us money as well. So maybe if I put the mini BGA here, we own, and maybe we put alfalfa in 62, and we look at buying another field. So if I do farmlands, how much is 65? 65 is only 65. 64 we can't afford, so we could buy field 65 to put our beets in. Has it got anything in it at the moment? Has it really got cotton growing in it? Oh, I need to wait for the map to update. Talk amongst yourselves. It has. I don't really want to do this. I'd have to just plow it in. Or wait for a contract on it. What contracts have we got available? And this is something that I like, because we've got that the New Holland mod installed. It gets added to contracts. I think that's really cool. There must be a Pepe mod. I wonder if it comes with a front 3-point. The picture doesn't, but that doesn't mean it doesn't necessarily. You could do a harvesting contract. I mean, you could do a potato harvesting contract to make a load of money. Or a big old ploughing contract. I think I might regret that if I take that. Field 56 is pretty big. I am tempted by maybe a big baling contract. That's going to be a lot of work. If there was one that had a better setup, I would be tempted. They've all got the Xerion, which doesn't have a front PTO or front 3-point, I think, even. Unless it's been fixed. So maybe we could afford the BGA now. And we are going to start producing manure and slurry. So I'm guessing the manure pit's here. I'm guessing this is a manure pit, unless we get manure inside the shed. I think this map was before the time that people did that, so it is saying manure heap. Maybe the manure does spawn in the shed. So, okay, I'm going to ask you guys your opinion. Do we use the last of the money to stick a BGA, a mini BGA here? I think it should fit. And I think we own this land. And it's pretty flat. It's very close to the cow barn, which is going to be producing the manure and the slurry. And we can start making a bit of cash. Or do we buy more land and wait to put in the mini BGA? How much is 500 litres of melons? be right at the bottom, isn't it? Because it's a custom field type. Yeah. Wow, that's worth 2.5 grand. 3 grand. Okay. We've nearly got another one of those. That's 6 grand. Nice. We're going to have to get them out of here, which is going to be fun. Because they are... Are they? They're liftable. Oh. So we would just need a trailer. Actually, let's move that one out of the way. Okay, so we would just need a little trailer to take those. Or a little car or a truck. Okay. So a few things for you guys to have a ponder about. Do we bung the BGA in here? I think we do. I think we do. We need to get something to be running eggs and melons and stuff to the sell point. That we could lift now because it's only a partial pallet. And we could put over here, we could actually put in our pallet store. The pallets go in over here. Maybe that's what this trigger is. Not sure. Oh well, it can stay there for now. Taking them off partly full when they're still liftable is sensible, I think. And if we go into here, go to cars, we could get a... What's the Mahindra got? That's only going to take one pallet, isn't it? Or we could get a Lizard pickup, or we could install another pickup mod. So yeah, I think my thoughts are we put the BGA in, we sell the pallets of stuff that we've pretty much got, and maybe with the manure we might have in the morning, we put that through the BGA, and in fact through the winter with what we put through the BGA, we maybe get enough money to get another field to plant, because if we're going to plant a root crop in there, we're not going to be doing that until spring, because sugar beets we plant in March, so we've got a few months, so that works actually for me. So let's run over here. This is the stuff that I quite often don't do in the game. I quite often do this off camera, but we don't need to lime or plow this. So we plant this with alfalfa. And if I'm sensible, we slow down time a bit, because we had to speed up time to get the silage to ferment. Next time, we get this planted with alfalfa. We get the BGA put in. We then get the grass and stuff fertilized. We've got loads of time to plant barley, or plant barley next month. So next video, before we skip to October, we put alfalfa in here. We put the BGA. The BGA this month isn't a priority. We get the alfalfa planted. BGA up here. Cows will be producing stuff. Sheep will be producing stuff. Yeah. Sell the melons and the eggs. What are eggs worth? Because we're playing on easy difficulty, I think, which I'm not used to. So eggs might be worth quite a bit. Much scrolling was had. Yeah. So the eggs are worth about 2 grand nearly. So we could get 8 grand for the pallets of stuff that we've got to sell. So if I can get a cheap vehicle for about 8 grand, we need to look at a seeder that we've got the horsepower to run, because we don't have 270 horsepower. So I mean, we could get the Amazon. It's not a direct drill, though. I would prefer a direct drill. We can't run any of those. That's not a direct drill. So I need to have a look for a small direct drill that's not the John Deere pull behind that I use all the time. Or you can stick some suggestions in that we can run with 180 horsepower tractor with the Fiat. And yeah, cool. Right. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Really do appreciate you guys supporting the channel. You are all awesome. Thank you to the people that are watching. There's our first bit of wool as well. We're not going to pick that up. We're going to have to get something to handle those that fits in here. Small skid steer. Yeah. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. There was a load of questions for you guys to answer. And I will see you next time.